Patrol Season 2 has introduced an exceptionally creepy character in the background of the show named Candlemaker. The newest member of the Doom Patrol, and quite possibly the strongest member, is a little girl named Dorothy Spinner. Her metahuman abilities allow her to bring her imaginary friends to life in order to help or protect her, although she can't really control how her imaginary friends do that. For more comprehensive information on Dorothy's origins and abilities, check out our upcoming video on Dorothy Spinner, but for right now, that's kinda all you really need to know about her. One of the imaginary characters we see Dorothy use to horrifying results is a being named Candlemaker. First visible in the second episode of the season, Candlemaker is positioned as one of Dorothy's most terrifying imaginary friends, but Candlemaker is much more than that. Today's video is going to cover the comic book origins of Candlemaker and its abilities. But first, if you're following along with our coverage of Doom Patrol Season 2, then you already know we have a few giveaways coming your way, the first of which is multiple copies of Doom Patrol Volume 1 by Grant Morrison. In order to enter the giveaway, just leave a comment below and follow us on Twitter. Our information is pinned in the comments section below. Now back to the video. Candlemaker was created by Grant Morrison and made his first cameo appearance in Doom Patrol number 44, where he helps grant a wish that Dorothy makes to end a conflict with a being known as Telephone Avatar. However, despite the fact that he does appear in multiple other issues, his first credited true appearance by name is in issue number 57 of Doom Patrol from July of 1992. As we mentioned before, Candlemaker was positioned as just another one of Dorothy's imaginary friends, but we quickly learn in this first true appearance that he's anything but that. In fact, Candlemaker is not a manifestation of Dorothy's imagination at all. Candlemaker is actually known as what's called an egregore. An egregore is a psychic entity that is made up of and influences the thoughts of groups of people. The more people you can get to believe in an egregore, the more powerful it becomes, but the being itself doesn't technically exist. And while this sounds ridiculous, it's not as abstract of a concept as you might believe. Think of Candlemaker as an ethereal being made up of thousands and thousands of feelings of other people. However, in Candlemaker's case, he's made up of unconscious tension surrounding historical events. Somehow, Candlemaker came to find himself trapped in the subconscious of Dorothy Spinner, probably due to the fact that her subconscious acts as a revolving door to the astral plane. Dorothy believed that Candlemaker was one of her imaginary friends, who she often created to help her cope with various emotions, but in fact, Candlemaker was more like a hitchhiker or a psychic parasite, using her to gain strength and force his way into reality. See, Candlemaker knew that Dorothy's powers could bring thoughts to life, so Candlemaker needed Dorothy in order to free himself from the subconscious astral plane. In order to do this, he has Dorothy make wishes, and when she wishes for something, oftentimes something really horrible and grotesque, Candlemaker completes the wish and gains strength. The more wishes Dorothy makes, the more strength he gains, until one day he has enough strength to break free. Kind of like a really terrifying genie. The first wish that Dorothy ever made came when she was being bullied by children. One of the boys killed her cat by hanging it, which made Dorothy extremely mad, and it was this anger that led her to contact the Candlemaker in the first place. When she meets Candlemaker, he asks her to make a wish, and she wishes for him to hurt the boy. So Candlemaker kills him by crucifying him. To her horror, she resounded to keep the Candlemaker locked up forever. However, as I mentioned before, during a future mission with the Doom Patrol, the team was battling another ridiculously powerful foe named Telephone Avatar, and they were about to die. Dorothy knew the team was about to die, so she made a split-second decision and again asked Candlemaker to intervene. Now, Candlemaker do what Candlemaker do, and of course he caused Telephone Avatar to hang itself to death by its telephone cables. This completed the second wish. Now the final wish needs a little bit more context. Toward the end of Grant Morrison's run, the revelation is made that the chief, the leader of the Doom Patrol, is actually kind of a scumbag who's working on a horrible bomb that'll kill billions in order to bring about world change. The chief ends up killing the medical advisor to the Doom Patrol, a man named Joshua Clay, who was also a former member of the team named Tempest, when he starts to unravel what the chief's plans are. Dorothy and Joshua were very close, and they had spent a good bit of time working together to understand Dorothy's power, and in a moment of grief, Dorothy begs Candlemaker to bring Joshua back to life. Candlemaker brings Joshua back to life, and after completing the third wish, he's born into the physical world. Candlemaker arrives and occupies a high-tech android body that the chief created for himself in the event that the bomb he was working on ended up killing him as well. Candlemaker immediately kills Niles Calder, re-kills Joshua Clay, and smashes Robot Man's brain before fleeing. Then things get pretty rough. Candlemaker starts his assault on the world, and it's pretty massive. He attacks the soul of the world. He causes people to stop having things like hopes and dreams, and when the people of the world stop having dreams, they are pretty much driven mad with insanity and die. Robot Man and Negative Man attempt to stop it, but Candlemaker seemingly kills Negative Man, and Robot Man flees, realizing he's like way outmatched. However, Robot Man proves to be way more brain than brawn here, and he asks a sentient street named Danny to transport him and the Candlemaker there. This traps Candlemaker and preoccupies him, while Robot Man enlists the help of a man named Dr. William Magnus. William Magnus is best known as the person who created the Metal Man and has worked closely with Cliff throughout the time he spent in the Doom Patrol. He's also a fairly well-known comic book character, but I'm not going to jump into his history in this video. Robot Man explains the situation to Magnus, and Magnus immediately begins working on trying to power down the synthetic body that the Chief created that Candlemaker is now occupying. Together, the collective team of Robot Man, Dorothy, Magnus, a resurrected Negative Man, and another guy named Willoughby Kipling deactivate the robots that power the synthetic body of Candlemaker. Negative Man destroys his body, and Dorothy wishes him out of existence by extinguishing the remaining flame of his essence, ending the threat forever. Now, I know a lot of that might have been confusing, but hey, this is Grant Morrison's writing, and nobody ever said reading this was supposed to be easy. But that is about it for the Candlemaker. That is his complete comic book history. He's only in a few issues, but he was a terrifying threat, fully capable of almost completely destroying reality as we know it. I hope you guys learned a lot in this video, and if you did, consider dropping a like and maybe even hitting that subscribe button. Really helps us out. This has been Nick with Key Issues. Thank you guys for watching this video again, and remember the motto, Candlemaker over everything.